Hey, welcome to 2016. I'm Dr. Mark Rosenberg, and we're back. I'm sorry I haven't had a video up for a while. It's been busy, you know. I got to take care of a lot of people. And take care of myself, too. Today, I want to talk to you about thumbs. Without this thumb, okay, we couldn't do a lot of things. Opposable thumbs are what separate us from the monkeys. So that being the case, believe it or not, in my office, my chiropractic office, in my martial arts schools, one of the most common injury that I see every day are injuries to the thumbs. So what I'm going to do is show you some things I do for my thumbs because, yes, they get injured as well. So you can take care of them. Now, earlier in one of my videos, I talk about how to fix a pulled muscle, and I talk about adhesions between the muscles. And an adhesion is described as muscles not gliding along each other as they're supposed to. So if I were to glue my shirt to my skin, I couldn't lift up my arm. The shirt has to slide. Well, as it is, all the muscles in the body have to slide or move over each other. And what's in between the muscles are connective tissue or fascia. And there are small muscles here in the hand. This muscle, this little bump here that's very developed on everybody is called the thenar eminence. Thenar eminence, write that down, it's on the test. Okay. Anyway, this thenar eminence has lots of muscles, and when you move your thumb like this, the muscles are gliding along each other. So some people come in, they could be a guitar player, they could be a dentist, they could be, it doesn't matter. I mean, everybody uses their thumbs, but the repetitive use can get these muscles to have adhesions. Let's say if they hold their hand in a certain position for a period of time while they're doing some fine motor skill, or you use it a lot for your smartphone. Okay, that's probably the destruction of most thumbs these days. So what happens is you have to get in and massage these muscles. And what I recommend, and I do it with my hand facing me, but I'm going to do it this way so you could see. I work from the base of the thenar eminence upwards. And there may be one or two spots that hurt, but I'm not going to stay on them and focus on them. I'm going to roll over them. So I spend 5-8 seconds there, move to the next spot. Now this crease here, okay, by the thenar eminence, okay, that line there, okay, if I was a palm reader, I would know what it was, but I'm not. You massage up here along that line, and you might find a spot or two, I do, that's pretty tender. And you work and get. And what happens is that you're breaking up little micro adhesions, little things like that. By the way, if somebody should have a pinched nerve that goes to this hand, my dad cut his arm when he was a boy and actually cut the nerve. So he actually had atrophy of that muscle. So instead of having a nice, plump, fat thenar eminence, and I'll explain that in a second, his was actually flat a little bit on one side because it wasn't getting the nerve supply to contract the muscle. He could still use the thumb, but he had trouble probably ultimately with strength in that particular part of his hand. Now, that being the case, there are exercises you could do by squeezing a ball if you have strength problems, okay? But there are weights or springs that you could squeeze this way, okay? But we're not talking about strength today. Today we're talking about how to get out of pain. So you want to rub and massage this, and you do both, of course. Okay, then after you get done with that, you grab hold of the muscle and you pull it away. Now again, I do this with my hand facing my chest, but I'm just showing you the direction of the pull. Now there might be a spot that hurts. Now let's say it hurts down here. That's a commonly injured joint. You could reach for a door and jam your thumb. But let's say it hurts a little bit more than you thought it would. You might sleep on your hand. There might be other variables, but one of the other variables that I want to speak about today is the ingestion of salt. I speak for myself. When I have too much salt, and I don't add salt, but some foods are salty, joints can hurt, and that's how arthritides can be inflamed. Okay, so some people, all they need is to back off the salt a little bit, drink a little bit more water, and do these exercises, and they can have an 80% reduction in hand pain right off the bat. By the way, if you're working your digits and you feel extra bumps all over the place, little pieces of calcium that are growing, that's arthritis, and it's demonstrable on x-rays. If we took a picture, we could actually see it. It looks like candle wax dripping or up or down your hand. if it's starting to form, you want to do what you can to get rid of it. So you want to massage them. But this is not, I have that video about the hands. This is only about the thumbs today. I got to get back on track more. Come on. Anyway, so what happens is you work this a little bit here. And then what I want you to do is I want you to pull the thumb outward and hold. We're not trying, if the thumb happens to pop or crack, that's fine. I'm not going for that. I'm just wanted to open. When you open up the joint, you see how this little spot here kind of flattens out? And it has certain what are called striations. That's the muscle. What I'm doing is I'm allowing blood to flow into the joint that's pushed out by constant contraction. Okay? So we want to do the opposite to what it does. So from this perspective, you can see me pulling it. Now, again, let's see if this one's... Ooh, did you hear that? So that I actually articulated or moved my joint. Now, it was an old wives' tale that if you did that, you got arthritis, but that's not true. What happens is if you open up the joint, it allows blood to flow into little crevices, okay, in the joint space there. That removes toxins, it removes waste products, it removes... well, anyway, that's good enough for now. And what it'll do is it'll allow the joint to move as it should. Now, so after we break that up, stretch, maybe get a little bit of articulation, take the thumb and passively roll it. Now, I'm holding it here at the base. You don't want to hold it here. This is not going to do anything. Trust me, it's not. In fact, it doesn't feel like anything. Grab it by the base and roll it around in a big circle one way and then the other way. And again, you might get... little articulations, little clicks and cracks. It's just breaking up of tension and fixations. Okay. And lastly, and this is a stretch from the hand video, but also it comes from martial arts, Aikido and Tai Chi and things like that. When we stretch, we grab hold of the back of the hand. I'll back up a little bit here and turn it towards me. Okay, or in your case, away from you. Okay, so you're going to stretch it this way. So I'm turning. Actually, when I do this, I hold it. My hand winds up being straight in my body. So I start with my palm here. I grab hold of the back of my hand. These fingers here wrap around to the thenar eminence. My thumb goes behind my middle knuckle, and I stretch it this way. If I want more stretch, I drop it down. Okay? Got that? Okay, so very briefly, breaking things up, stretching them out, maybe a little articulation, rotating them, and twisting. The other stretch that's really good for the thumbs as well as this. And even though this is on the hand stretch video, these muscles here, okay, have a lot of what are called origins and insertions near the base of the thenar eminence. Okay, that should cover you. And then you'll see a difference when you play with your phone, you know, how much easier it is to use your thumbs. And other things like that. Do that daily, and it's really good after you've warmed up the hands in a hot shower. All right, so that's another little tip for you. Okay, that's all. Welcome to 2016. Again, I have 112. I think there's 113 videos. I've got 2 books, one free, one not. A DVD for sale. There's a lot of info for a lot of self-help to take care of yourself in the new year. All right, take care. Bye-bye.